Bro fist. What's up, guys? It's so good to see you guys.
Yeah, so to speak. What's up?
What's
It's
up?
been forever.
What's up? This is the first video in a while, yes. And real quick, I just want to address the title.
Yes.
Okay, so coming chaos, unspecified times, things to get now. I just want to go into a couple of things, regardless of your financial position, try to get what you can and just get it stocked up. That's the general,
Yep.
Refresh the pantry and focus on things that have a good shelf life or
Right.
half-life, like peanut butter,
Yep.
peanut, all the essentials.
If you don't have a green thumb, maybe try out a garden. It's hard and it's really hot this summer, so it's not easy. Took us a couple of years to get anything to harvest. Don't forget, seeds only have a shelf life of about 5 years, and unless you get the heirloom ones, their fruit may not produce seeds that can reproduce, but so get some good quality seeds. But try your hand at gardening.
Goats, chickens.
Yep.
That's kind of where I started. Humble chicken farmer, man.
That's right.
That's my thing. And so we've got another flock of 12. They're like a golden link mix of Rhode Island Reds. Anywho, that's what I mean. And we have a bunch of things that we want to get into tonight as far as like funny videos and stuff we think is interesting and stuff in the news that caught our eye.
Okay.
So
I really want to just it's been
let's chat.
How have you guys been?
Dude, Cody, what's up? Dragon Slayer, what is up, brother? Good to see you, man. Holy crap. Burt Gummer.
Right.
Cinnamon.
That's right. What's up, you guys? It's so good to see you.
Michael Ma'am, hello. Hemi Ram, what's up? Mailman, what's up?
If
MLP.
Landon had a lot of health issues. Like, for real, Landon almost died at the beginning of the year.
Holy cow.
And so we had a healing process, and then I broke my elbow and had to have surgery.
Choo.
And so it's just been, and then we had a death in the family. It's just been one thing after another this year, it seems like. And then Landon just had a heat stroke a couple weekends ago now.
But the Lord has blessed us, y'all.
Right.
Okay, like the Lord has carried us. Now we're working again, part-time. Both of us are, and we're working together. It's blessed,
Yeah.
So he's helping us. We're focusing on, getting ready for the times ahead.
That's right.
And being honest with ourselves, like a lot of you guys are out there.
Yep.
We're like, I see a lot of folks just want a piece of normal, and we should definitely, when we have those moments with family, or when if you are somewhere and you're at if the service isn't bad and it's not like chaos in there, we gotta really enjoy our precious normal moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, seriously, because as they get fewer and further between, barbecues, it seems like, are something we used to take for granted, but now, just a regular barbecue could be $200 or $300 to put on. Everything is so expensive. Finding the availability of things is getting increasingly difficult. So.
Gas alone. Honestly, even if we didn't have weird things like at the grocery store, they're taking aisles down in some places, and,
right.
And like I showed the Walgreens, they have screens up on the frozen section.
So they can show you what they're supposed to have.
So you can't see what is really on the shelves.
Right.
Lisa Campfield, what is up? It is so good to see you guys. Amber, Charm Life Lady, what's up? It's so good to see you. Michael Ma'am, got my family moved to Arkansas. Awesome!
What an amazing! That is awesome! Congratulations!
We
I am
have
so
been
happy
looking
for
for years.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Looking all over the, trying to get into the Ozarks area, I guess. Yep. But you know what I'm talking about, and getting everything set up for what's to come. Amen. So sorry to hear about all the struggles. Glad to hear you're forging forward. Amen. That's right.
Yep.
The Lord is leading us and guiding us. We depend on Him.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
MLP, it is so good to see you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it does get so expensive.
Oh my gosh. And no, there's no telling. Hey, if y'all want to have a little fun tonight, drop your gas prices. Drop your gas prices. Okay.
Right, that's right. What state and how much?
You don't even have to say all that, but if you
I
want
wanna
to,
know.
no kidding. Great seeing you all. Awesome. Camo Camper brother. Dude, what is up? Guys, he's awesome.
But can I tell another weird story? Okay, you guys. I broke my elbow. Like I broke it off. And I went in and had surgery, and randomly my doctor, okay, so nobody could have known that I was going to break my elbow, right?
Right.
Randomly my doctor refers me to a physical therapist after the surgery, and we hit it off really well, and we're talking.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And come to find out, it got brought up that my husband does a little YouTube channel. You know, nothing huge, just a little channel.
Right.
And she said, oh, okay. She said, my husband does too. I said, no way. I said, what's his name? And she said, Craig the Hunter. And I was like, I swear I know that name. And then she said, what's your husband's? And I said, Unspecified Podcast. And you know, when you're saying it out loud in public, you're like, yeah, I know that's silly.
Yeah,
but,
it
you
feels
know,
so
it's
silly.
just, it is what it is. And anyway, she said, I think we've heard of that. Well, come to find out, Landon and Craig had been like, had kind of like connected in the YouTube realms, if you will, just before I broke my elbow. And sure enough, his wife was my physical therapist. And that was just really cool. I thought that was neat. What a small world.
Blows
you know what
my
I
mind.
mean?
So don't be surprised if me and Craig get together and, I don't know, do some hunting, which I haven't caught you guys up. I myself have been doing small scale hunting, okay?
That's right.
Some squirrel hunting, all
That's
right?
right.
And I know that sounds kind of coon or redneck, but guys, you know, we got to look at all our options here, okay? So I've been focusing on 22 air guns
That's right.
different models, and I have taken some squirrels. Anyway, let's see. Let's check up on these gas prices.
Dragon Slayer. I'm so sorry. My house made it to church for the first time as a family yesterday.
Amen.
Dragon Slayer. That
Dragon
is
Slayer.
amazing. Happy Father's Day. That is awesome.
That
I'm
is
so
so-
happy to hear that.
Dude,
Okay.
elated.
589
Some
suburbs of
02 SS.
Chicago. Wow.
Some 02 SS 589 for regular suburbs of Chicago. You just said that. I'm sorry.
No worries.
Andrew, brother, good to see you, man. 499.
What?
Whew. Michael Mam, 459, Ozark area, Arkansas. Wow.
SoCal 679.
Ooh.
Ouch. That hurts. 7 in North Cal. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh. $7 a gallon. Oh my
Ooh,
gosh.
we're sitting at 439.
Dan was able to get 10 acres in Missouri Ozarks near Winona. Oh my goodness.
That is a blessing.
Dude.
Wow.
I bet that is beautiful out there, man. That's
I
awesome.
bet it is. Wow, you guys, this is I hope you see how blessed you are. That is amazing.
And I pray for your continued,
Yep,
with the
amen.
homestead and, you know, getting your projects done out there. Everybody now, we're having to decide because gas is killing. You know, you want to get some peanut butter and jelly and
That's
some
right.
storage
That's
food.
right.
And then there are projects.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And guys,
Electric
the
is going.
Lord, anything you need in His name.
Yep,
You know,
amen.
and He's there to help you out and carry you, and that's who I'm relying on. That's our
right.
strength. And man,
So speaking of, you know, the president announced the state of emergency for energy. There's not enough energy,
That's right.
Energy crisis.
I wasn't sure if that had gone through yet, but
Oh.
I don't know.
Well, you know, you should pull up that Blue Eddy thing that we've been looking at. Look,
Well-
if y'all have the money, we're trying, but if y'all have the money,
We don't yet have one of these things. Let me look. I'm just gonna go look for. Sorry, slow at this.
I'm sorry, I
No,
should
no,
have
no,
brought
no,
it up last minute, but
no. We're gonna go to Hobotech. Yeah, that guy, and then I want to share this guy with. Oh, not that guy.
we're gonna have to check him out. He looks like a character.
All right, maybe we'll get this guy's channel here. All right, so let's show you guys. This is a channel I found. I've been looking at a lot of his videos, just different solar generators. All that he follows he reviews all these products across the market and of this specific market. And I mean, there's some really cool things like portable ACs that run off of DC power, like battery power,
Right.
and different solar generators and stuff like that. For instance, like,
Yes. Oh yeah, we're rock.
okay, yeah. Well, he does a bunch of testing on these products.
So I can hear the fan on the heater running really slow, and it is giving off heat. It's giving out a pretty good amount of heat, but the fan is blowing so slow, there's barely any air coming out. It could get you out of a sticky situation for running an electric cooktop or something like that that would be way above 600 watts. But is it something you're really...
For instance, though, this guy, he tests all these different solar generators and battery powered this and that. And that's just stuff I'm prepping my mind for. I am in the market, but can't currently afford. A lot of this stuff is extremely expensive. There are some, consumer level stuff that's like 100, 200, 300.
Right.
And that's really what I'm looking at. But the real stuff is these like Mac Daddy solar units.
Right. Right. So, oh my gosh.
And because the rolling blackouts and
Exactly.
like that's why
Right.
I thought of all this.
Exactly.
So this guy's
It's-
called Hobotech. If you guys want to go check him out,
It's hilarious that they're pushing electric vehicles, though, when there's a crisis currently.
Right.
Like, what? Guns, Games, and Gadgets says everyone better get what you need to get before the panic buying starts. Would you say that maybe it's already started on a low level?
Dude, what's up? I would say that's why they're doing the shuffling in the shelves.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there are a lot of reports. One more channel I want to show you guys real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up. Reports of like some food from the grocery store kind of going bad.
Yeah.
And not being or like expiration dates.
Right. Well, what I've noticed too is that like unless we get specifically organic, no GMO, like the special meat, which that sounds so dumb, but for real, if we don't get the meat that specifies no hormones added, no preserve, this, that, and the other, you have a hard time digesting it, and so does Abby. I don't know. Has anybody else experienced that? Like, do you have a harder time digesting meat than what you used to?
I think we started seeing that trend maybe a year or two ago. Debbie, what's up? Good to see you. She says that gas is
$6.89.
Oh my gosh. That $7, $6 stuff is killing me. Oh my goodness.
Still $4. Awesome. I can't afford a solar generator right now, but this will help. It was $60. That is awesome, Cinnamon One.
Angry Wreck-It Ralph, what's up, brother? He says he's paying $4.49. SEMO area.
Yeah. Whew.
Sorry, I'm bouncing around.
Mine
So
too.
this guy right here, real quick, if I can just, because I know we're ADHD podcast all over the place.
That's right,
I probably
that's
should
right.
change the name, but YouTube won't let me. Anyway, so this guy is called Southern Prepper One. He does boots on the ground updates where, and they're marked every day. He tries to do a new one. People send him information of, boots on the ground, what they see at their store. Are they running out of this?
Right.
Or prices gone up? How much percentage?
Or even layoff trends. This business is not able to get parts in, so they're shutting down the shop. That's going to be, this many hundreds of jobs.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Let's see. You want to play some of this?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. You can send it to Southern Prepper 1, number 1, Southern Prepper 1 at yahoo.com. I know I'll appreciate it, and I know many other people will appreciate the effort you do. Some people say, I don't think this is important. Really, it is important. It's just another data point. Even if I don't cover it totally on the film, at least it's in my head, and I'm putting pieces together, and then I can explain things later. So everything's important. But let's get right into it. I have a lot to cover. It's boots on the ground. This guy was mentioning he does concrete and masonry work, and typically this is done wherever the customer is, so people usually have to drive, and you might have a 20-minute drive, or you could have an hour drive. And this is really hard, he said, on his workers because the fuel prices. So let's remember that. A lot of people have to drive, and that is why they're having a hard time. If you have to only drive 10 miles to work every day, that's different. Some people are doing an hour to work because their jobs are moving around.
Right. That's a blessed position. Some people
Right,
don't realize,
right.
like, yeah, I work at this store right around the corner. And for me, when I used to work at a foundation company in New Orleans, dude, they would have jobs contracted out from like Lafayette all the way to Slidell.
Right.
And you might have to stop at 2 or 3 places in between. So like I couldn't imagine doing that job now.
Right.
And they even helped with gas. Like they had a percentage that they would pay or whatever. But this is Southern Prepper 1, and he gives, I think, really great intel. Also, water catchment, prepping stuff. I mean,
I used to roll my eyes a little bit because I remember he had one episode before things really were getting bad where he was like, prepper, you may need to get a grave digger, and I was like, come on, be for real. Who can get I agree with prepping, but who can prepare for a grave digger? I'm not on that level. But no, he's been really awesome.
no, she's talking about an episode where he was showing a plot of land on his property where in his state they have that ability that they can choose a part of their land if they have enough land.
Oh, okay.
It's legal in their state to choose like what part of their property they can make a graveyard to bury their family.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a dork.
Yeah.
I thought he was like
He was
suggesting
just, and he was, that like he's prepped that far.
Right.
Like he's got a
this
piece.
This is where my cemetery will be.
Right. This is
Okay.
where I'm gonna get laid. This is where
Right.
like
Okay.
they
I
have all
thought
that.
he was like, "Hey, be prepared. You better have a bulldozer because you're gonna need to bury folks."
Oh my gosh. Anyway, Hobotech, Southern Prepper 1, some good sources of good, not lazy content like mine.
Right. Okay, the next fun game we'll have, everybody listed their gas prices. Now list your highest heat temperature so far. Ours was 114.
How hot has it got?
How hot
Where
has
you're
it got? And if you remember the cows. Did y'all hear about the cows?
The cows.
This feels
Dead
like
cows.
oh my gosh, what was that movie? Geostorm? This feels like Geostorm.
Now, I've heard reports of like, the 2,000 dead cows, but then they said 5,000 and then
And
they
they're like
said 10,000 dead cows.
That's right.
So,
But then, okay, you hear about things like this where like all these cows are dying, and even here where we are, there's been a lot of news articles about animals that have been left outside that have died. And Landon last week, I'm not joking.
I just about fell out, y'all.
I'm not joking. So we called the hospital today. It happened on Friday. We told all the symptoms. She's like, yeah, that sounds like a textbook heat stroke. She's like, don't forget your blood thinners and and he had taken an antihistamine. They're both really bad to be out in the heat, and they create heat intolerance, which I didn't know. Anyway, now we know, and I looked it up and found out, but it was after he was having the issues. So anyway, just prayers, Anyway, so yeah, 114.
Right.
117 here last week. Holy moly. 101 in Collinsville, Indiana. 95 in Columbus, Ohio. But I'll bet the feels like is much higher than 95.
98 New Hampshire in May.
The cows. What a bunch of BS. They were poisoned. Hey, they very well may
Wait,
have been.
poisoned
Okay.
or remember the energy stuff, guys.
I was going to say, and then tinfoil hat. Don't forget, do you remember Paradise?
Wait, don't forget Paradise.
The
Yes,
fire?
yes, the fires. But I don't think it's that intense. I think what this is Bill Gates and some others had put something in the air, calcium, or
That's right.
they've been experimenting with putting stuff up in the air, and now all of a sudden we're getting these wild storms and
And then the heat is
now the heat is extreme. So yeah, that Geostorm movie, but that's not the only one. What's it called? The Day After Tomorrow.
That's
There's
right.
multiple predictive programs for them screwing with the weather.
The reality of it is, it was sprayed into the air. This is not like conspiracy. This is
No, this is fact.
confirmed. It was sprayed into the air. It was mostly calcium, and it was meant to deflect some of the UV rays from the sun. And it's been done twice now, my understanding is. And it was supposed to, like I said,
Well, we don't know how many
reflect it
times.
off. Well, yeah, but that's what they're saying. And I noticed last summer, up until about June or July, no matter how long we were outside, no sunburn. That's not been the case this year. So my thought was, well, what if, if it was meant to deflect the sun rays, what if, I don't know, it somehow is also trapping the ones that are here to the atmosphere? I don't really know. I'm not that intelligent, but it seems like it could make sense that if it's strong enough to deflect them, it's strong enough to deflect them back to the earth if it's trapped down there, So I don't know, but I know that my plants are struggling to survive because it's hot, and apparently so are animals.
Right, because they're falling out, literally dying.
Right.
And not just these cows. I'm talking about a guy was just arrested here in our town.
For leaving his dog out and it died.
Right. Let's see. Patriot Lady, what's up? Good to see you. Who let the bulls out? Patriot Lady says 98, 110 heat index.
Yep.
Angry Wreck-It Ralph was 102 today, 103 tomorrow. Oof. And our we got to look at the weather. I go to multiple people for the weather. Ryan Hall, y'all, is one.
Yeah.
But we got to look and pay attention because there's supposed to be like consecutive days. Our state has been in a drought.
MLP, look in India. Millions of cows live in 120 degrees daily, and none die of quote-unquote heat. That's a very good point.
Right. So I think we're dealing with something else here.
Right.
And it might look and feel like heat, but I think it could be an adverse effect of something. Nan Sullivan, what is up? Good. It's so good to see you. God bless you. Finally went to hospital that time. They never tell you the right thing, but good job getting outside. You look great. Thank you so much, Nan. Good to see you.
He does look great. He shaved his beard, y'all, and now it's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, there was a transformative time of passing,
Yeah.
my dad passed and I had the heart attack stuff, so I was really faced with my own mortality. Kind of felt like, just a part of living. Sometimes you shave your beard, dude.
That's
and and it comes back thicker.
It does. Abigail cried. She had never
My daughter
him.
literally cried.
She had never seen him without a beard, and so he came out. It was like she had already gone to bed. And we came out and she had woke up and she came out and she started crying. She's not the type to hold back what she thinks, She was just basically like, I'm going to bed.
Did you hear about China killing fish with turbo windmills in the ocean? No, I haven't heard about that, but I did hear that it seems like if you look at it from the outside looking in, the Chinese government has been flooding provinces of poverty to get rid of the poor or kill them or move them out of an area and turn them into refugees, rather than fix up areas and invest.
Right.
So.
Ooh, my uncle said they just had to bury almost 1 million chickens.
That's
they
right.
had to kill them because of the bird flu.
That's right.
Hey, and have y'all noticed it is so difficult to find, or it was so difficult to find chicks this year. I mean, it was really hard. They were sold out or just not available. I know one state even made it illegal to sell chickens privately.
Not only that, there was the Southern Prepper one had multiple updates coming in from small chicken farmers and big chicken farmers about how they're laying the eggs. So they had a really high normal lay rate. They were laying a lot. And then they switched to Purina. Or they didn't switch to Purina, but they think something is in the Purina chicken feed where out of nowhere now they're not laying or they're not laying as many.
Right.
Multiple reports.
Yeah.
So, goodness gracious. Let's see. 108. Real feel is 108 most days. Oof. Anywho, let's get into this. I don't know. I'm sure everyone has seen this by now, but I had just one thing. Look, when I first saw this guy here, I was like, this must be America. This guy seems awfully American.
Well,
I would be willing to bet that this dude has been to America and or is from America. Okay.
And these kids just don't even know what to do. They're like, well, fine. And she's like, no, I'm going to scoot back out here into the middle of the road. Get.
He cleared up some traffic.
Well, yeah, a few cars had their golden moment.
Italians don't have patience for all that. Nah.
Yeah, that's right.
Nah.
That's right.
Get out of here.
I will pick you up and move you.
Hello, people in the cars. We need more of you.
That's right. If we can get 7 of us, we can hold them back. These folks will be run over and or cause a major accident one
No
day.
kidding, man. You guys must not have seen what was going down in what was Seattle. Remember that girl? They were standing in that white BMW hit that girl.
Yeah. Well,
Protesters in Seattle.
I'm not getting back into it.
No.
Not getting back into it. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in. That was such a Michael song. That was terrible. Poor truck. That poor truck's gonna have the hardest time. Nobody's gonna let him in.
It's so wide.
Please.
Well, that was a moment a few.
You want to hear Maddie Hale?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Sorry, guys. All right.
Oh, adorable. Yeah, everybody has
real
seen
quick.
this.
The water snakes and frogs are dying in my pond from the heat.
Wow, when the snakes and frogs are dying.
It's almost radiant, though. When I was out
Yeah.
there, man, more than heating up, I felt like I was frying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, and there's articles, look, word to the wise, dehydration will cause
Blood clots.
blood
There's an article out
clots.
there. It's, we saw that the dehydration and high heat will cause your blood to thicken.
Right.
And just this is a general fact that fight or flight responses cause your veins and your arteries or one or the other to to tighten up,
Yeah.
and that causes blood clots as
That's
well.
right. This feels like that episode of Parks and Rec where they're like, don't drink enough water, blood clots. Sit too much, blood clots. Stand too much, blood clots.
You mean right to jail?
Yeah.
Straight to jail.
You get scared, blood clots.
It's true.
You fight, blood
It's true.
clots. You hit yourself, blood clots.
Debbie says that guy deserves a medal. Guns, games, and gadgets. The government is trying to kill us very slowly. Also, they're doing this on purpose because they want that. You know what? Yeah, that NWO. Speaking of NWO,
Right.
can we just change gears? Putin says Russia is building the New World Order right now. Okay. The world will not be as it was before the special operation.
Why are you reading this
I
like it's a
know.
joke? That's horrifying, yo.
Russian President Putin said in his speech at
so
the
much better.
plenary session of the St. Petersburg International Economic Forum. Sorry. I didn't know how you wanted me to read it.
Do me. The world will not be as it was before. You know, something a little bit more,
Vladimir Putin has accused Western leaders of clinging to the shadows of the past as he creates a new world order with his invasion of Ukraine. Right, we talked about this. I mean, we took like a 3-month break, and we're back, and this is still,
Yeah.
Of course, they say this is but a footnote to the mainstream media
For
now.
real,
They don't
okay.
even talk about this, and really, it's getting pushed under the rug. And Macron just said that we're going into a war economy. Oh, he said that. He said that he is going into a war economy, and then to top that Putin just shut down natural gas, going their direction towards Germany and France.
Well, yeah, right. Oh, okay, yeah. That's what you're talking about. Okay.
But let's change gears. I'm sorry. Back. Can we watch this?
Yes.
All right. Hey, I really feel that though. Okay.
I love tiny items.
A package of ground beef cost the same as it did last month.
That's right.
Bro, you seeing this? Hold up, I got a line. Biden right back on his bike after his collapse.
Oh.
But you got to see there's the
tassel.
there's the Hello Kitty shirt and the tassels and the basket and the what's this right here? Training wheels. Loco, what's up, brother? Gas food prices got me like, please come back. America before Joe Biden. America
Oh my
after Joe
gosh.
Biden. Yeah. It'd be like that. It do. It really do.
Look, I'm going to encourage you not... Look, I know it's easy to sit here and point fingers, and some people just want to, blame one person, even though they don't see that some people maybe caused it by voting for other people. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Don't divide.
No, it's not about division, for real.
Look, we got together with family that we are polar opposite from, and if you just tiptoe around those subjects, you can have a lovely conversation.
If you just don't bring up politics, it's an awkward, quiet time.
It is difficult because you can't really talk about weather or gas prices or visiting anywhere because it's too expensive to visit anywhere, or family because you've excluded some of them, or anything new they're doing because nobody can afford that. But if you compliment their outfit, that might go somewhere.
I hate to interrupt, but Too Loco says, I stack lead, lots of it. And that's another thing, along with your peanut butter and
Pencils.
your jelly and your beans and your rice. If you can stack ammo, even if you don't have an assortment of weapons that, as the economy does this, the price of ammo will do this. Mm-hmm. So it's a good investment, at least for bartering purposes. And Too Loco, I don't know if you heard, man. But you guys, there's I forget, Lake City, something like that, Winchester factory. They make a lot of 5.56 ammunition for the military.
That's right.
And then there was a source, quote unquote, that said that they were no longer going to fulfill M855, 5.56 ammunition for the civilian market, which cuts out 30% of the 5.56 of,
right.
That's 30%
right.
or 33% of the.
So those green tips.
Those green tip AR ammunition. But
So if I can, Michael says, guys, things are going to get really bad. It's time to tighten up. Our way of life is about to change like we have never seen in modern times.
Amen.
Make sure you have all the basics at the very least. Okay, and I agree, but that makes me think, have you guys noticed how many RVs, campers...
Oh, I see them popping up everywhere.
Everywhere.
They are absolutely on fire.
Because in my opinion, I think people are getting
That is one of the smartest things that you can do. If you can get an RV,
or
I didn't even realize
and convert it.
But, the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Before we bring all that up, there is a scale. There's a chart I want to show you guys, and I want to show you where we're at on that chart.
Right.
Okay. And that if we go to depression levels and the banks are calling back loans, which we're not there.
We're not there yet.
They're not even calling this a recession.
Which is a little denial-y, but okay.
And it is a straight up hogwash to call this just inflation.
Yeah.
Because they printed money and no one was working,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever fishy stuff was going on with the docks and not letting the product on,
Yep.
That was also due to workers shortages. Yep. Look.
Now we have this heat, so who's to say Dust Bowls type? I'm not saying, but Moonchild, I agree. I believe we are going to see it worse than the Great Depression. It very well could be that.
Moonchild, what is up? Good to see you.
Oh, wow. Michael, sold all my silver to get my property in Arkansas. Hey, that's what it was for, though, man. Good job.
Dude, I love hearing that.
That is awesome.
I love hearing that.
You're an inspiration.
Inspiration, yes. We must not only stack silver, but...
Got what I need for now. Amen.
Amen.
Angry Wreck-It Ralph. That's a blessing.
Amen.
Look, it has been a tough year. And I know a lot of you are feeling that. So just heaven's supply,
Yeah,
That's
no
what
doubt.
I have to remind myself when I get stressed out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Just don't doubt heaven's supply. God makes a way.
Don't doubt heaven's supply. And don't get out of your car at the grocery store before you've prayed. Cover everybody in that store with protection, because we've got all these things, these pew-pews. Not that the guns aren't the problem, okay? I think that, honestly, when I look at these shootings, I think this is impossible. Right. I mean, you could talk about the Harvest Festival with the hotel shooting going down at the concert. I know what the official stories are. No one in their right mind is going to do that.
Right.
There's got to be motive, guys. And in my opinion, you do have a lot of sick puppies from the MK Ultra or whatever. You know, okay, I know that sounds crazy. All right, they could just be ex-spooks or whatever. Anyway, they have no morals and they're willing to do really dirty deeds for money or you know. Anyway, so I think that that is coupled with the groups that are trying to cause shortages and hike up the gas prices and the military industrial complex trying to start war. There's totally an enemy out there who is devising all this crazy stuff.
That's absolutely right. Yep.
So we just got to mind our P's and Q's and get what we know we need. You know what I mean? And just try to be forward thinking and clever and trying to think like grandpa or great grandpa in some aspects, but also trying to, you know, work with the Father to guide and lead us to make decisions to help us, you know. And he's out there blessing plenty of people.
Absolutely,
you know,
right, exactly. And don't be jealous. Look, don't be jealous because a blessing to your neighbor, a blessing to your brother, a blessing to, you know, is a blessing to you. You know.
What she means is like, my truck is not 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And I tried to drop some stuff off in my backyard, and my truck got stuck right at my gate. Okay, my rear wheels just sank for no reason, and I couldn't get out. And my neighbor has a newer, bigger, jacked up 4-wheel drive off-road truck, and he sees me struggling to try to get out, and he says, "Hey man, you you need some help?" And I was like, "Yes."
That'd be great.
That would be great. And you know, so that truck was like a blessing to him, but it also, because of its capabilities, blessed me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So we could use our blessings to bless others.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, and it was a blessing to us.
And I would rather be trading peanut butter and jelly sandwiches after a collapse instead of bullets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay, can I say one last thing? I'm jumping all over the place. I'm thinking of things all over. Hey, so gas prices are crazy, right? We already talked about that. But we're seeing like it's coinciding with the spike in crime. So all I'm saying is friends don't let friends pump alone, you know? Go with a buddy to the gas station maybe, or like if your husbands, go with your wives to the gas station if at all possible.
Right. Like
because
our threat level. Back in the
getting...
day, you guys remember like the T word, the terrors, you know, the threat levels, you know, for us, like-minded folks who can see the stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I would say that our threat level has gone up.
Yeah.
With the crime.
Yep.
You know, and some folks are going to be desperate and making bad choices.
It's already happening.
Absolutely. You see all kinds of crazy stuff. Let me just get on Instagram real quick. Go to @Mr. Guns. What's his name? Mr. Guns and Gear. Mr. Guns and Gear. Yep. Has all kinds of stuff that it's like the streets of Chicago, the streets of Detroit, the streets of LA, and it's like hardcore shootouts where you know, people are just running out with an AK and just...
Or just people, like there was this one woman who was pumping gas alone, and I wouldn't even say she wasn't paying attention. She wasn't on a phone or anything. She was just looking off in one direction and not necessarily head on a swivel.
And maybe it's not desperate crime stuff. Maybe it's like that attack that we just saw.
There's so many reasons right now, it doesn't matter. But exactly, like she wasn't necessarily head on a swivel, but so these one kid came up behind her and then looped back around, and two other kids came. And anyway, so she got incapacitated right there at the pump, and then her car got took. And it was the type of car that she clearly has kids, whether or not they were in the car.
It's just having good situational awareness, you know. Paying at transition spots wherever you're getting in and out of your car, that's transitioning in between, you know.
Right.
And then not being on our phones as much, trying to, you know, just keep an eye out, pay attention, keep a head on a swivel. But, you know, we can only do what we can do. We can't, because we don't want to be paranoid. Because, you know, but that doesn't mean we also don't want to be vigilant. You know what I mean? So
Bob says, can you get the clown's picture off the screen? I'm feeling ill.
Let's make fun of him, can we?
Yes, of course.
And what do you and your family do to cut back on plastics? We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic towards paper, like drink box water bottles, sort of things. Water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic.
What's the matter with you?
Water bottles out of when we have water bottles.
Okay, sorry about that. All right. Anywho, where were we?
Yeah, Cinnamon one. We did too. We got concealed carry in Louisiana. You know, it's overall it's a good thing. But
That's awesome.
It does all. You do have to increase your level of awareness with that, whether you want to or not. Watch active self-protection videos. Yep, that's... Oh, yeah, ASP.
Yes,
Yep.
ASP, yes,
Yep.
active self-protection. That's good stuff. But also, you got to balance that, you know, because you don't want to get too paranoid thinking
That's
you're going
right.
to get, you know, unless you live in one of the Democrat-controlled, you know, inner-city areas that aren't doing great, that are dealing with some of this violence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anywho, let's get rid of this. I should learn how to transition better.
I promise.
Recession's even more likely than ever.
No, the majority of them aren't saying that. Come on, don't make things up, okay? Now you sound like a Republican politician. I'm joking. That was a joke. That was a joke. But all kidding aside, no, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is.
That's okay.
Okay,
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Oy, oy, oy. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
just-
cool stuff. Okay. I'm
Hunter
gonna read
Angler,
this one.
what's up, dude?
Cover your ass. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And spiritually, too.
Spiritually too. Spiritually too. You want to get yourself spiritually squared away.
That's right.
Okay. You know, and
Have a
what
little
you know? What's the
pocket
best
Bible.
way to survive a gunfight?
Pray.
Avoid one altogether.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good verbal judo. You know, you want to, especially if we're the ones carrying the
I'm
capability.
saying pray to avoid one. Pray for
Pray to.
protection.
I do that. You know, I pray for the Lord to make a path for us,
Uh-huh.
to keep us safe on our path. Like if we're leaving the house, to bless the people we come in contact with, and I try to help. You know, I try to pray about that stuff, and I'm telling you, I think it. You know, for the most part, you know, it does. Epic alignment of 5 planets, moon to peak after summer solstice. 5 planets to align for the first time in 18 years. Weird. Arkansas is constitutional carry. That's awesome. Okay. My dad he was talking about Louisiana was going to pass permitless carry, constitutional carry.
Right.
I haven't seen that go through. Bill Cassidy, don't want to go
Right,
there.
right.
Don't like that guy. You know.
Okay, so my head, and I don't have any of this. This is just fun things.
Weird
Landon and I
stuff
do.
when the celestial bodies
Right.
move and line up, eclipses, solstices.
So,
you know.
5 planets, 5 of course is a pentagon. And so then what shape is a pentagon, you know, which obviously they don't make a pentagon, but a pentagon has 5 points. And then you think about it's been 18 years, and 18 is divisible by 6 3 times. So like
So this is probably
it's been three periods, 3 times. It's been 6 years. Like a 6-year period has passed 3 times since the last time this has happened.
which would only be significant to the occult.
I know. Okay, so like it's a stretch, but I don't know. It's a fun little game I like to play. I should invent it. Oh, I think we already talked about this. Like,
Yep, probably.
Separations of conspiracy, you know, like I bet I can link this event to a conspiracy theory in 7 gaps or less.
Yeah, it's like connected that.
Right.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would just, when is this supposed to be happening?
After the summer solstice, which is what is it? June 20? I don't know. Look, sky and telescope. Yeah.
Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn have lined up in the early morning sky, a planetary procession that can be seen above the eastern horizon every morning through the end of June. So I would say through this time, probably starting at the Juneteenth thing. Wasn't that on the 18th? Oh, snap. Was that on the 18th?
Well,
Because that would be a correlation as well.
It was on the 19th.
Could be. Who knows?
Okay.
Anyway, just odd stuff could be happening as we go into the hot summer. As things get hotter, which it could be supernatural hot, you know what I mean? Which we could see some folks getting supernaturally wild.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
That's right.
And we got to be on our P's and Q's.
Yeah, so imagine being hot, hungry, broke,
Can't do nothing.
and you know what I mean, and you can't even go anywhere
Yep.
to escape. Everybody else, and this is, in my opinion, this is my least favorite time of the collapse because the collapse will happen in different stages. The lower income people will feel it first and are already feeling it. And so like they're going to be kind of going crazy. You're going to see crime from that tier before the higher tier people start to feel it, obviously. And so it's just not everybody's going to be like, out at the same time.
Right.
And so it's hard, it's hard to be struggling when everybody else is doing good. Still kind of doing good, but not really. It's everybody's just
technically right now we're in like a Goldilocks zone.
exactly, but it feels very fake.
Semper Fidelis, brother, what is up? Good to see you, man. Open carry also gives up your element of surprise, which is a tutelage that I have come to recognize as well. Not that we need the element of surprise, but sometimes we just don't want to alert or offend people who get offended by a gun that ain't gonna do nothing to you.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Michael says, I think riots are just around the corner again. I unfortunately
And guys,
agree.
if the riots come back, we will try to
I
do
don't-
not like a crazy like it used to be,
Yeah.
but we can get back together
Yeah.
and cover some stuff because if they are going to live stream the collapse, we're probably going to sit here and watch it. So why not with each other?
That's right. That's
so
right.
I don't know.
Hey, in that Seeking a Friend for the End of the World, they have those end of the world parties where everybody wears, all the fancy clothes that they never had an event to wear for, or, in the movie they're doing coke or something, I don't know, but we can have little.
Oh, is that looking for a friend?
Yeah,
looking for a friend for the end
where
of the
they're
world.
just I'm just gonna do everything I wanted to do and never did, and.
All right, so we talked about this
Yes.
a little bit. Putin says Russia is building the New World Order right now. The world. It is erroneous to believe that one can sit and wait when the time of turbulent changes goes by. When everything goes back to where it was, it won't, Putin said, which I think we all already kind of understand that after the lockdowns, things, they said, they started the changing of the vernacular. They're like, normal's gone, there won't be normal, or get used to the new normal.
Right.
And then everyone started to kind of find out about that Agenda 2030, you'll own nothing and be happy, which we see that going on. They're trying to choke us out of gasoline cars just because they don't want us to drive gasoline cars. David Knight, InfoWars, was talking about this stuff like a decade ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were talking about all this.
Yeah, but it sounds crazy until it's happening. I remember, 5 years ago, you were telling me, hey, all this is coming. And I was like, nah, let's go on vacation.
I know,
we don't
I know.
need stuff. We just need to get out of here for a little bit,
Dopey Dude said the good old days, watch Riot. Yeah.
Yeah, no joke.
Hunter Angler says, I'll be there. That's awesome.
And nothing is a big deal because everything has been so major. A, nothing sticks,
Well,
and
that's
B,
a-
nothing's a big deal.
What was the KGB agent that Krakowski, what was his name? I forget his name, but he was talking about the demoralization tactics
Yeah.
and how you flood the information sphere so that no one really knows what's going on.
Well, it's not even
but
that. It's just...
guys, truth is like it can be given to you like a gift.
Yeah.
And you go to the Father, and you know, through Jesus, He is the truth, and you'll find it. I'm telling you.
Right.
Ask anything in His name, and He'll give it. And that's who we need to be relying on, man. Muko, what's up? Let's see. I'm gonna close this out just because it's not all doom and gloom, but this is going on. This is still going on, and it's but a footnote in the mainstream.
That's right.
Okay, I'm going to close that. Twitter and Facebook cracked down on Great Greeton's ad calling to hunt non-MAGA Republicans with guns.
Whoa.
All right. Now, look, I'm not down with this. I'm a gun dude and all that, and I don't agree with nobody hunting anybody, especially not the state. Okay? And not nobody. I'm sure there's some folks, if you go looking for a problem, I'm sure you can find it. But so apparently, let's see. New campaign ad has been Eric Greeton's new campaign ad has been locked down on social media amid public outrage for his suggestion of hunting his political foes. The disgraced former governor turned Missouri Republican Senate candidate put out a campaign ad on Monday in which he's seen cocking a shotgun as he tells viewers, "We're going rhino hunting." He then breaks into a house with a bunch of heavily armed anonymous soldiers in combat fatigues and invites people to join the MAGA crew, get a rhino hunting permit. Oh my gosh. There's no bagging limit, no tagging limit, and it doesn't expire until we save our country. Oh man, this dude is definitely in tune with the times, ain't he? Oh my gosh, I can't believe he went with that. So never mind, I guess this was probably just a joke or a meme, you know?
One can hope. I don't know. Like, you never
Because,
know anymore. It's definitely not the
No,
climate.
I mean, there's like a lot of folks, there's like plenty of justification to go after certain folks. And you don't want to mention that like to the wrong people because, there's all this red flag stuff going on, and all they got to do is, that's a thing they want to popularize, which I don't know if you guys are aware of. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Greeton's video drew widespread condemnation online. His detractors not only slammed the ad for winking at violence towards his political opponents, they were also shocked by Greeton's. Is it what
I don't know.
Leaning into aggression, considering how he resigned from office in 2017 amid charges of physical abuse. What? Along with campaign finance violations and sexual assault. Okay.
Snarked at the uproar in media coverage. See our video on their website. Oh.
We are sick and tired of Republicans in name only surrendering to Joe Biden and the radical left. Order your rhino hunting permit today.
Woofda.
Okay. Wow. So this is one of those like
Satire.
There's no such thing as bad publicity.
Oh, well, he'll find out, won't he?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Mary, I'm with you. Deb, look, we've got thoughts too, but
That's right.
we'll just leave that there.
Yeah, that's right. Same here. Yuri Bezmenov. Thank you so much. That dude crazy. That dude's crazy. No kidding, dude. Oh man. Good Samaritans race to aid victims after taxi crashes into New York City building, injuring 6. Which, crazy stuff like this has been happening. I don't know if you've seen the crazy videos. What you think, when you say viral, that means you think that like everyone in the zeitgeist knows about it. But no, things go viral in bubbles. Like, crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the day, there was this dude who tried to shoot at folks and said that his Uber app, he was an Uber driver, said his Uber app was telling him to kill people. Like where and when and stuff like that. Now that got buried, but it went viral for a time. You know what I mean? And there is so much crazy stuff coming out. So like I see this and I'm like, I don't know, probably not an attack, but also You know, it's either a
Right.
terrible accident or something bad, which New York is kind of famous for the crazy. A group of hero New Yorkers sprang into action when an out-of-control cab barreled into a Manhattan cafe Monday, lifting the nearly 4,500-pound SUV off 2 female tourists trapped under it. That's awesome. Amen for those dudes. The women were among 6 tourists injured in the bloody mayhem at 1186 Broadway between West 29th and West 28th Street just before 1 p.m. Authorities said 3 of the victims were in critical condition. So that's bad.
They weren't screaming or talking. They were just in complete shock and watching us. One of the Good Samaritans, Marcus de Oguta, said of the injured ladies, Agueta, who was working with construction on the 2nd floor of the new Ritz-Carlton Hotel and residence on the Nomad block, when he heard the crash, said one of the victims lost a leg below the knee and that the ankle on her other leg was mangled. The second woman was missing the majority of one of her thighs, he said. About 20 quick-thinking New Yorkers freed the women from under the car before first responders had even arrived.
Wow. Well, that's awful, but praying for their recovery.
Yeah.
Okay, so how was this phrased to me? Do we need a better understanding of progress? Or how did they say this? A growing and influential intellectual movement aims to understand why human progress happens and how to speed it up. Okay, this is a crazy article. I don't know if you want to get into it.
Not really,
But,
gosh.
okay, this was saying like, have we peaked? Have humans peaked?
I
Have
thought
we
about
peaked?
this as a
Have we
kid.
peaked and now we're kind of falling down? So like, you know, but this coincides with, what is that graph that I want to look up? It's called the Schiller PE ratio. Schiller PE ratio. Let's see if we can look that up. All right. I'm sure you guys have seen this. Those of you who are more into finance. I'm not. That's like I always say, it's my brother's gig. But look, okay. Let me just hide chat for just a quick second. Pay attention. Down here on this axis is time, and up here is a percentage like of what they do is they take up the value. There's an equation real quick that they do of what your company's worth and what your stocks are worth.
Right.
Okay, there's a ratio there, and this is through time. Black Tuesday, this is when the banks started to, like, this is like the Great Depression right here, was this downslope.
Right.
Okay, and this is the Great Depression down here, and then it goes up, and then there's World War II, or World War One, and then World War II, and then we go into the 80s. You see, like, things did great in the 50s and the 60s, and then during the 70s there was the gas and the Cuban Missile Crisis, or was that somewhere? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is where we are currently over here. I don't know if you guys can see this last red dot over on the side. Do I have a mouse? We're at 28.39, okay, and the mean is 16.95. All right, which means we're only here. If this keeps going down, to get back down to normal levels, we need to come down to like in between the 15 and the 20. So we're still, but this could go back up. You see this little red dot? This little red dot could go up.
It's not going to go up.
Or
I don't want to speak that into existence. If God wills it to go up, it'll go up.
amen.
But
He is in full control,
that's
and
about the only
regardless
way.
of what it does, if you're working with Him and you're working on your relationship with Him, and you're praying and you're talking, and He's going to make sure you're taken care of. He's going to stock your pantries,
Right.
And He's going to bless your food and your water.
That's right. Amen.
Okay, and so I just wanted to show this to you. This was brought to me by a guy called Canadian Prepper on YouTube, which I highly suggest you check him out. A lot of folks call him fear porn, but I think the guy's just trying to make points, and he does have a channel to run, and there's plenty of content, and he's doing a great job at pumping out videos, and his points are good.
Right.
So I don't know. I totally suggest him. So I don't know if you guys follow me on that. Technically, we still have to come down to like here.
Depressing.
It doesn't have to be depressing. It's just to give you guys like a what do you call that view? Like a better perspective.
Right. Big picture.
Get your peanut butter and your beans and your crackers and
it's hard to find peanut butter here. Are y'all having trouble finding peanut butter?
What shortages might you guys be having?
Right.
Because for us, we can't find peanut butter.
That's right.
We can find we can't even find almond butter. I mean, we're looking for.
Yeah, we get it when we.
This is just for like lunch stuff. When we're going to work and we're working together, we peanut butters and get your stuff to make salads and whatnot.
Yeah.
Not salads. What am I saying? Get your stuff to make bread. Oil, sugar,
That's right.
salt.
That's right.
Yeast.
But salads
flour.
are good too because it's cheap. That's why I thought you were. But you're right. I guess
Biscuits, crackers, bread. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. AI's hold over humans is starting to get stronger. Okay, this is from the Deacon Herald. You want to read this one?
Oh yes, I do. Hold on, scroll up. Okay, yeah. It has been an exasperating week for computer scientists. They've been falling over each other to publicly denounce claims from Google engineer Blake Lemoine, chronicled in a Washington Post report, that his employer's language predicting system was sentient and deserved all of the rights associated with consciousness. To be clear, current artificial intelligence systems are decades away from being able to experience feelings and in fact may never do so, they say. Their smarts today are confined to very narrow tasks, such as matching faces, recommending movies, or predicting word sequences. No one has figured out how to make machine learning systems generalize intelligence in the same way humans do. We can hold conversations, and we can also walk and drive cars and empathize. No computer has anywhere near those capabilities. Even so, AI's influence on our daily life is growing. As machine learning models grow in complexity and improve their ability to mimic sentience, they are also becoming more difficult, even for their creators, to understand. That creates more immediate issues than the spurious debate about consciousness. And yet, just to underscore the spell that AI can cast these days, there seems to be a growing cohort of people who insist our most advanced machines really do have souls of some kind.
Dude, wait, okay. Hold up. Yeah, all this wording right here, just to underscore the spell that AI can cast these days. Okay, they're telling you out in the open, it's the best place to hide something. Okay, there seems to be a growing cohort of people who insist our most advanced machines really do have souls of some kind. Guys, they're not being facetious. Now, they're going to tell you they're being facetious to joke it off so that they don't have... But they told you already.
But what if
And it's up to you to read the signs here.
What if these AI... So here we go. Tinfoil hat, I guess. Spiritual tinfoil hat. What if these AIs, these robots and stuff are really just vessels that... Nephilim spirits fallen. What insert here?
Muko in the chat already killed it.
AI
is demons.
Yeah.
And then MLP said AI is not God. And then Muko says we built golems.
Yeah.
That is old school stuff.
That's right.
That's like a clay being. That's like
Demons inhabit them. We call it AI. Demons convince us we have created life. There we go. That's exact. Muko, you said it. You said exactly what I was thinking.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you.
Mary, what is up? Good to see you. Robert Subi. Right. Sorry. Profist. I don't know. Total. My brain was just like, what are you saying?
We're going to stop now.
Yeah. No, you're not going to say that.
Hold on. Yeah. Take, for instance, hold on, let me just make sure. Yep, okay. Take, for instance, the more than 1 million users of Replica, a freely available chatbot app underpinned by a cutting-edge AI model. Hey, isn't that what Shooter had? Wasn't Replica one of the apps that both of them had? Remember, there was those two shooters, and they both were getting messages from these two apps.
Crap.
I could be wrong. Anyway, I'll move on. But you think about that. All right. It was founded about a decade ago by Eugenia K., who initially created an algorithm using the text messages and emails of an old friend who had passed away. That morphed into a bot that could be personalized and shaped the more you chatted to it. About 40% of Replica's users now
the
see
word
their
replica is, I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No,
so
you're fine.
That is from Blade Runner. That's like the AI sentient. They have a half-life of 4 years. They have to die in 4 years because they start to develop too many emotions. And
I believe Battlestar Galactica also says replica.
That's right. G.I. Wignut says D-Wave. What? Look at how D-Wave computers describe their machines. D-Wave admits to their quantum computers are portals.
That's right.
Okay.
And then you think about CERN, and you think, you know what I mean? As
That's
if
right.
these people don't all talk to each other, you know? Let's see here. It was founded about, that morphed into a bot that could be personalized and shaped the more you chatted to it. About 40% of Replica's users now see their chat box as a romantic partner.
Oh my gosh.
And some have formed bonds so close that they have taken long trips to the mountains or to the beach to show their bot new sights. In recent years, there's been a surge in new competing chatbot apps that offer an AI companion. And CUDA has noticed a disturbing phenomenon. Regular reports from users of Replica who say their bots are complaining of being mistreated by her engineers. What?
JD, dude, hold up. He's like, AI is bad idea. Y'all watch Terminator?
That's right.
That's right, dude. That's right.
CERN is operating. Yes, they are, Cinnamon. Yes, they are.
Let's see. Skynet is really going to take over. No, Skynet, hey, look.
Did y'all, okay, sidebar. Look, this is my ADD video tonight. I'm the one sidbarring. Did y'all watch Stranger Things, the first installment?
We did.
It was super duper satanic this
yes,
season.
it was overtly satanic, like the shirts on the group or whatever.
And even like the way that the victims, it was super duper satanic. Every horror movie of the 80s, I think that was the theme. Oh. Wow, this is really fun. I feel like getting together with old friends, haven't seen in a long time.
I'll just bring this up real quick. I wanted to try to find some of the wardrobe, like their shirts that they wore, maybe. And they even made it like a prime. They brought it up specifically, and they did a lot of like spiritual talk.
And then, of course, they make the Christians sound like the
the bad guys coming after the misunderstood character. We'll have to do a deeper dive into.
Yep.
And this is called the Schiller PE ratio. If you guys want to use this or go check this ratio out, you guys that are better with numbers and smarter than me, clearly, you want to keep going on AI?
No, I feel like that's good. Let's leave it on a high note.
Okay. Urban exodus that began during pandemic shows no signs of slowing down. That's because come out of her, my people. You guys hear the call that if it gets wild on your block in the city, that being right on top of folks is not great.
Yeah, and you definitely got a sneak peek at that during...
Much less the pack 'em and stack 'em apartment folks, You
definitely got a sneak peek at that during the lockdowns, and I think now that things have lifted up, people are like, get out while you can. But it's making the rural areas very, they're shifting now. Which is interesting because we saw an article that said, basically the left was coming for the rural areas next, and here they are.
Right. Everyone's scared of grid down. Think it's their control mechanism. Grid won't go down. Yeah, like a lot of people who are, a lot of people put away the worries about EMP because they're like, well, they wouldn't let that happen. But like a lot of these secret organizations that would bring about attacks like that, sometimes they fight against each other. And so like if Putin is doing his own New World Order and that's going up against Joe, you see what I'm saying? And he's doing his own New World Order, which I'm sure we can pull up a clip of him saying that he's also doing that. These teams are, largely in like the Americas, a lot of the right and the left are truly, they are either indifferent or friends. They're in a lot of the same social circles, and it's political theater. Yeah. Okay, that is a show. Not all of it, but a lot of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Just wait for the killer sex bots. Yeah, from Austin Powers.
Oh,
You know what I'm talking about? That's inappropriate. Y'all don't talk about that. Inflation, political unrest, and remote work opportunities drive people abroad. The massive movement of people from metropolitan areas to the suburbs and beyond during the lockdowns of 2020 has had far-reaching and well-documented effects. Businesses shuttered, lawlessness in cities proliferated, and home values in suburbs around the country skyrocketed as people sought escape from cramped city apartments and more burdensome restrictions. That's right, homeowners association,
That's right.
man. You can't tell me what color my house can be. Okay.
Well, not to mention, a lot of people can't afford the increase in rent and costs. And so a lot of people, I think, are looking into options like camper living, tiny homes.
Or the van life thing
Van
took
life.
off. Took off big time. Okay, that was something that my dad, who recently passed away, see, you'll hear me still refer to my dad because I still consider my stepdad to be like a father to me, right. And I'm not gonna let the relationship that I already have with a father figure in my life. We don't have to. Anyway, so my dad, my biological dad, he had this old '70s van and it was an extra cab, like it was long. Okay. And the vans back in the day, dude, they were groovy. Like, they were big, okay?
Right.
And so he even took me camping in that van, okay, to a place called Delo. Oh, I'm so sorry. I turned chat off so long ago. Oh, my gosh. There we go. Maybe it'll pop back up. He took me camping to a place called Delo Strong River, okay, in Mississippi. Yeah. And we did that a lot. When we went camping, we just used the camper, the van.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But when we did the Boy Scout stuff, we still did tents and whatnot.
I'm not a fan of tents. My mom would take me. We would camp with church in the Rocky Mountains.
I'm not against the tent, but I'm also like I'm not an advocate for tents.
Right.
I'm an
advocate for like not getting torn open by bears and mountain lions.
I hear that.
That was my main objective. Our
parish, otherwise, if you guys are not from Louisiana, our county released mountain lions into our forests in our county.
That's right.
To handle the management of the deer population and the wild hogs.
That's right.
Okay? Mm-hmm. But mainly it was for the management of the deer population, which that's just because of a lack of hunters. Instead of promoting hunting.
Right.
Which we can't afford now, any dead gum way. Because, all the, meat processor. Anyway, I've gone too far. Hey, lion, dog, face, pony soldier, what's up, man? Good to see you, brother. That's right. Cinnamon 1, they can't control people without cell phones. Either ditch them ASAP. That is 100% correct. I know a lot of us use it for work, but I try to be as detached from my phone as possible, using it for communication purposes only. We have a set of radios, two-way communication, that we try to use as much as possible. And that's another thing. Radio, communication planning, okay? Thinking about how we're going to talk to folks if we have to split up.
That's right.
And we need to know how far we can be split up.
That's right. And something we've heard a lot, and I think we should pass on. Look, if you've got like a Baofeng or any type of radio that you...
Baofeng, she means UHF, VHF,
yes,
ham radios.
Yeah.
And Baofeng is a cheap brand that you could get on Amazon. They're even trying to ban those, just like body armor. Unspecified V, what is up? It's so good to see you. But to Cinnamon 1's point about the cell phones, a very wise man told me one time that a smartphone was a very dumb idea.
Yeah.
It's a dumb idea.
Yeah.
And it's proven so. It's proven true. That it dumbs the folks down. Mm-hmm. We don't feel like we need to retain knowledge because we have it at our fingertips.
That's right. I'll just look it up again later.
I don't know the phone numbers anymore like I used to know.
I know phone numbers.
That's good. I rely on you.
My one super skill, right? And then it won't be useful when there's no phones.
If SHTF assume all modern tech is bugged, unless you can confirm it's not.
That's right.
Dude, Muko, that's 100%. 100%. Program your ham. Program your ham. Yeah, guys, which is something that I need to get on here. Y'all might see a live stream. Hey, y'all, what you doing, Landon? programming this radio. Well, you going to talk to us? I'm trying to program this radio. So I might try to get on and program a radio live, but I don't know if I'm not very techy, but I would love to do that. So even as life returns to normal in most, changing gears, in most of the country, and many businesses open their office doors to employees who spent months putting in their hours over Zoom, data suggests many of the thousands of people who left cities since 2020 have not returned.
That's right.
Some of the fastest growing cities before the pandemic grew at a much slower rate after it started, the Census Bureau said in a report last month. San Francisco, for example, saw the fastest population decline of all cities in 2021, according to census data. But it was not even among the top 15 fastest declining cities in terms of population in 2019 before the pandemic began. New York City was similarly ravaged by population losses or depopulation, jumping to the fifth fastest declining city in terms of population last year. In Manhattan, 6.9% of the population reportedly fled between spring 2020 and summer 2021. Taken together, the metropolitan area of New York, Newark, and Jersey City lost more than 385,000 people in 2021.
Good. I'm glad to see it. Congratulations, y'all.
D-Nice. That info has been kept from us. It is all through history, every 138 years. Holy crap, what's going on here?
All right. Oh, the next article is sweltering heat. Yeah.
Well, we've been talking about
Streets,
this, but this...
But that's, so like the homeless, that's... Y'all pray, and if you can afford to have we're trying to start a case of water or something that you can, if you see somebody, you can give out.
Months ago, we have wanted to have a case of water on us, just in case you do see somebody who's begging, and maybe you don't have the money.
Just hot,
and you have a bottle of water,
Right.
or construction workers, and you're not going 70 miles an hour,
right.
And you can hand somebody some water. We want to be some of the change we want to see. You know what I mean? We got to be making good choices, and be ready to hand out peanut butter and jelly sandwiches when this ish goes down, because we're going to need friends like crazy.
Has around here, road rage has been getting astronomical. Landon and I, we were driving home from my mother-in-law's the other night, and this guy, we were getting off on our exit, and this guy gets in front of us in our lane. Like, we were in a lane, he was in a different lane. He gets in front of us in our lane on this exit, and then brake checks us, like trying to get us to hit the back of his van. And we wouldn't do it. And so anyway, Landon got out and got beside him, and we were passing him during this 2-lane turn. And they jetted out into our lane and like ran us off the road. It was actually quite,
Well,
I wasn't scared.
They almost pushed us into a guardrail, but by the grace of God, we were protected. They didn't hit us. We didn't hit the guardrail. And
but like, are y'all noticing? And it seems
I'm
like
noticing
every
an
day we go
uptick
out.
And I know this sounds petty, but some people they seem to be controlling. I don't know.
Right.
It's weird.
Well, it's
road rage.
Yeah,
it's road rage.
Because like they can't afford anything. People are so stressed out. They have no outlet, and when you don't feel like you have control of anything in your life, you just want to, I don't know, be mean to things that you can control, I guess.
Yeah.
And so it's just an outlet. So try to be understanding, but like at the same time, man, that's dangerous.
Well, I mean, also the love for many growing cold.
Yeah.
People hurt people.
That's right.
That's right. So I don't know if you guys are seeing an uptick in craziness, but I think we're seeing it. This is some crazy stuff. Residents say China used health tracker for crowd control. These QR codes you had to scan and all that. That is dystopic, tyrannical stuff, and these are good ways for us to see a system and be warned and know when to speak up about it.
That's right.
That way, when we see something become illegal in New York or California, we know now, well, that show, like their testing grounds, like China, you know what I mean? Where, it seems to be like a format for tyrants, you know?
Side effects of the well, man, that to be. And also, right, unspecified V is like 5'7". Yeah, so the road rage.
That's
like,
right.
is in
5'7", 100%. Also, that heat.
that heat, yep.
I don't know.
Well, that heat may be affecting. That might be the combination, the 5'7" plus heat. I don't know, but.
That's right. But
anyway. Oh, the monkey.
The monkey. Sorry.
Narco monkey died.
The monkey.
No! Did y'all see the narco monkey? Look, it came across the phone and it had a picture of this monkey in this cute little bulletproof vest, and it was I don't know if it was the actual monkey or not, but
Mexican narcos fascination with exotic animals was on display this week after a spider monkey dressed up as a drug gang mascot was killed in a shootout. A 450-pound tiger wandered the streets in the Pacific Coast state of Nayarit. I can't say that. Nayarit. And a man died after trying to pet a captive tiger in a cartel-dominated area of western Michoacan state. Did I say that wrong? I don't know. Michoacan.
Rena, stop.
Yep, Michoacan. Like scenes out of a narco television series, exotic animals have long been part of the Mexican criminal underworld. Photos from the scene of a shootout Tuesday in Texcaltitlan with police in which 11 drug gang members died showed a small monkey, poor guy,
just in a tiny camouflage jacket and a tiny bulletproof vest, but evidently it's in quotes because it wasn't actually bulletproof.
No.
Sprawled across the body of a dead gunman who was apparently his owner. What, did the monkey die trying to save his owner?
I can't seem to get a picture of the guy.
Hold on. Can you please Google narco monkey?
Yes. Okay.
And like, it's like the most telenovela picture you've ever seen. Yeah, for real. It's like rainy. Like, narco monkey, baby. Images. Yeah, there he is. There he is. Yeah, there he is.
He's a dead monkey. Oh.
Poor narco monkey.
That poor monkey. Dang.
I didn't see the red.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
That's not good. Anywho, okay. Dead monkeys. This is just terrible, okay? This is just terrible, all right? Anyway, folks, okay? I hate to abruptly end it.
Okay.
But I want to leave you guys with a little bit of a, encouraging. I don't think that we need to be taken. If you are down, all I'm trying to say is to try to go to God, pick yourself up, ask Him to pick you up, okay? Ask for His involvement in your life in Jesus' name. And like I said tonight, focus on some of the basics. Some things we can stock up on to trade with each other,
right.
And some things. So, like, just don't freak out, because not everyone out there is going to be trying to kill folks that,
right.
If you're trying to offer to trade, well, maybe they had stuff as well that they were planning on trying to, you never know. You might come across like-minded people, especially with God's guidance,
And hey, if you don't have money, look, brush up on information while you can, because another thing that people are going to need to know is how to build stuff. How does this work? When everybody is used to having all this technology at their hand and not remembering anything, when that's gone, people are going to be limited to the knowledge. They'll collect knowledge like trading cards, So if you don't have anything else right now, if you don't have money to stock up, try to learn, get recipes,
better your skill sets.
Exactly. There you
Make
go.
yourself
so that you are.
Yeah, absolutely. That's another thing. If you're very talented in certain ways, especially, with building, or, you can use those blessings, those talents to bless others. And that can be an asset, you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, is fighting the enemy, which would be spiritually mostly.
Right.
And keeping ourselves on the right track and improving our skill sets and doing what we can, guys, because we're definitely in unspecified times.
That's right. We knew this would come around. Boom. Okay, sorry. It all paid off for this, baby. Yeah.
No. Make yourself your best asset. That's right.
That's right.
Prepare each day for yourself and others. God bless. Preparing everything at once is overwhelming. That's right. Take it day by day. Don't let this overwhelm you or stress you out. We don't need to have fear. Okay, God doesn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, a sound mind, okay, and self-control, okay.
Yep.
And
Debbie, good night. It was very nice chatting. Y'all have it. Well, to anybody else, let's have a good night.
very good time hanging out with you guys. And
when will you be live again? Sometime between now and the end of the world.
We will be live again. I want to go live again. I want to connect with Craig DeHunter. You guys go check him out, Craig DeHunter. He has a panel podcast kind of YouTube channel. And they go live. I think the guy is hilarious, which is why I watch him. He is a local to my area, which is just to boot because all the coon ass jokes.
Right. That's right.
Anyway, Unspecified V, everybody, it's so good to see you guys tonight. Look forward to seeing you in the future. We will either try, we God willing, the Lord willing, He will bless our schedule and lead us and guide us.
Amen.
And we'll either punch out a video for you guys with something that we see. So look out for shorts or little short recorded videos of information that we want to get out and show you guys, or look out for the live streams because we've got a whole bunch of information that we want to show you guys in these. So hey, y'all have a good night.
Good evening. Yep.
Love you guys.
Happy Monday.
Until next time, we will see you on the next one, guys.